What's up everybody, this is Black and White from Geek Club. Today we got 4 budget smartphones in our hands. They are Picasso from BLUBOO, UMI X, BLUBOO Xfire 2, HOMTOM HT7. Since we already took the phone out play for a while, let's see what's still left inside the box. First is BLUBOO Picasso. We have a charger attached with the phone, a micro USB, 2 rear covers. This one is blue, and this one is white. UMI X. Instruction book. Charger. Micro USB. BLUBOO Xfire 2, charger, micro USB, HOMTOM HT7, charger, USB. What's this? Seems like something new. A headphone plug adapter. I don't know what this thing can do, so useless. That's all for the unboxing. Now, before we jump into the next part, I present you guys the most enjoyable moment of this review. This is the Picasso from BLUBOO. On the top of the phone, we have the light sensor and range sensor on the left, earphone on the middle. Next to it is the front-facing flash, and the last one is front-facing camera. Due to Picasso's 5-inch HD on-cell display, the front panel looks quite stunning, and the size of the phone doesn't grow too big to hold in one hand. With this phone, we can easily use our thumb reach to the top and the bottom. And Picasso follow Google design criterion, using the virtual button rather than the physical button to control the phone, which made me use it even easier. Switch to the back side, we have a 3D on-diamond texture backing. It brings gorgeous vision fix to my eye and nice handhold feeling to my hand. On the top of it, we have a 8-megapixel rear camera. Next to it is the dual-tone flash. Turn to the right side. We can see the phone has a metal frame. And according to BLUBOO official website, this metal frame isn't just a frame. It's a metal structure go through all the phone. With the U-type suspended screen, it can reducing 70% risk of screen break. In the front side of the frame, we can find the warning key and the power button. And in the downside, we can see a gap that we can use it to take off the removable backing. Switch to the bottom. We can find the speaker and micro USB port. Next one is UMI X. We had a front-facing flash on the top, then the earphone, the light sensor and range sensor, and 5 megapixel front camera. On the bottom is the physical button which control the multitask, home, back, and the little hole that destroys the front panel beauty is the microphone. Since this is a 5.5 inches phone, sure we can easily hold it, but when we truly use it, we may have to switch our hand posture from time to time. On the back of the phone, we have a 30 megapixel rear camera, a dual-tone flash, and UMI logo and other things. Turn to the left side. We have a metal frame on this phone too, but unlike the last one, this metal frame is just a frame, and still unlike the Picasso. This phone's wiring key and power button doesn't locate in the middle of the metal frame. Instead of cut a hole in the back cover and place the button there. I'm guessing the maker is attempt to reduce the costing of making the phone. But this treatment makes the button feel real sharp to the hand and lower the premium feel of the phone. Thanks God they don't just know how to reduce the costing. Look carefully to the phone's edges. We can see the manufacturer punished the metal frame with 2 laser cut frames, which adds some beauty to the phone. The third one is Xfire 2. It's also a phone from BLUBOO. On the top, from left to right, is earphone, sensor, 5 megapixel front-facing camera, front-facing flash. On the bottom, we have the menu button, home button, and back button. Turn to the back side. We have a 8 megapixel rear camera, a single LED flash, a fingerprint sensor. As you can see, this one is a full metal unibody. Compared to the other 3, it definitely can bring you more premium feel and nicer touch feeling. To the left is the SD card and SIM card slot. To the right is the volume key and power button. It is pretty weird that the Xfire 2 and the Picasso come from the same manufacturer, but choose to have the opposite design language. Of that, I'm not talking about plastic or metal material. I'm confusing about why they put the volume key, power button, and back key to the opposite side, and change the multitasking button on the Xfire to menu button. I enjoy what they done to the Picasso, but not so appreciate for what they done to the Xfire 2. What do you guys think? The last one is the HOMTOM HT7. On the top is the earphone, sensor, 5 megapixel front camera. On the bottom is the menu button, home button, back button. On the back of the phone, we have a 8 megapixel camera, a single flash. This phone is just a plastic phone. And haven't you guys noticed? HOMTOM's designer just copied LG V10's design from bottom to the top. And that's not the only thing I dissatisfied with this phone. I hope you guys can hear the sound loud and clear. I'm not a man look down upon plastic phone. Nokia make many great plastic phones, but a cheap, not well-made plastic phone, plus a completely copycat. I just can't objectively judge this phone. These 4 smartphones all running in Android 5.1 Lollipop. And the screen resolution is all 1280 multiplied by 720. As you can see, this 4 screen doesn't present the same way. I'm gonna do some screen shooting to let you guys know more about their screen. As you can see, the 2 little one present natural and accurate color, and color on 2 bigger one becoming too warm to look at. Besides the color, we do a multi-touch test too. Picasso and Xfire 2 can support 5 fingers on ball. RAW X and HT7 just can support 2 fingers. This 4 phones configuration is pretty much the same. They all packing a MediaTek MT6580 chip inside. The Picasso packing 2GB RAM and 16GB storage. The other 3 is just 1GB RAM and 8GB storage. And Xfire 2 is the only one comes with fingerprint sensor on the back of the phone. Look at the Antutu benchmark. The result is similar in these 4 devices. The score on the 2 big one is a bit higher than the 2 small ones. I'm guessing the body size helped them perform a little better. Jumping into Android bench. Picasso and RAW X score almost twice than Xfire and HT7. We do test other bench like Geekbench and 3D Mark and so on. But 1GB RAM just can't support several apps running at the same time, other than the Picasso. The other 3 phones app just crash on the background. And I'm tired of testing similar results. So that's all about benchmark. The fingerprint reader on the Xfire 2 is quick and respond. I can unlock the phone. Use it to answer phone call or take pictures. And it can lock some specific app with your fingerprint. The front camera on the Picasso is 8 megapixels. The other 3 all are 5 megapixels. As we can see, the angle on the Picasso is much wider, and we can find much more detail in the Picasso's picture. Turn to rear camera. The RAW X has 30 megapixel camera, so most of the time, RAW X beats the other 3 like Picasso did in the front camera. Because they just budget phones, so the photo is pretty similar from one to another. This test is testing the Wi-Fi speed on each phone. As you can see, Picasso, Xfire 2, HT7 result is similar from one to another. But the Row X seems to have some issue with the Wi-Fi speed. In case this is a just one-time issue, we have tested all the phones for several times. The result of Row X just doesn't satisfy. And this test is testing the speed of searching satellite. The HT7 became the first one finished the test. The Xfire is the second one. Right next to it is the Picasso. We run this test for 5 minutes, and after the other 3 finish the test, the Row X doesn't seem like can run the test all the way through. To be honest, if 5 minutes still can't pass the test, I don't see the meaning of spend more time on this phone. Since the configuration is similar on these 4 phones, I assume the performance will be almost the same. Yeah, pretty much the same. Let's try the web surfing. The Row X is the slowest. This result verified the last test that the Row X has a Wi-Fi speed issue. The gaming test is pretty much the same. At the end of the comparison, which one becoming your first choice? Personally, I prefer the Picasso, because this budget smartphone does need more RAM to run multitasking well. But personal thought is personal thought. It cannot represent what you guys thought. So what do you prefer? Is it this large one with a bigger screen? Or is this full metal unibody with a fingerprint sensor? Or even this low-level copycat? Please leave your comment below. Let me know what you guys thought. At the end of the video, I will leave a configuration list of this phone. If you want to buy it, you can find the lowest price we found in the internet on the video description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.